What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of Boss Talk? I got JB Moses and the one and only your homie, Mr. Maximilian, out here for another beautiful episode of Boss Talk. And we're gonna start off with a boss segment. That's what we call it, a boss
We just call it. We started
convo
off
of
with
the
the real
day.
boss talk. You
Hold
know
on,
what
hey,
I
why
mean?
didn't you get the best intro?
What
The
do you
one
mean?
and only. He sounds like he has like a boxer announcement.
Hold on, the one and
intro.
only, your homie.
There it
It
is.
rhymes. I don't know, bro. We'll figure it out. We'll do some more shit later
We'll
on.
keep it going. Yeah, no. I would say today's boss talk. You know, again, just to reiterate what it is that we're doing here, we want to make sure that we're telling you something that would help you boss up. Because it's levels to life, it's levels to business, everything. And, the way that you move about things is either going to be from the perspective of a boss or from the perspective of somebody who's going to stay right where they at. Even me, I'm learning as I continue to wake up every morning and thank God for another day. What are the things that I could do different? Do I want to be just satisfied with whatever I've put out into the world, or do I want to do even more? And you got to keep that hunger. So today's topic is being humble. What are your guys' opinions on being humble in the workspace, in life in general? Is it weak? Is it strong? Is it a requirement? Is it not? What do what's your guys' take on this?
being humble is a necessity, bro. I mean, you see a lot of people get this fame and they're not humble, But for me, you have to be humble because you could lose everything in a day. And I've been there. I've been up and then I've definitely been down. I've been in some dark places and then I've come back out of them. And because of that, I like to stay humble.
Exactly. I'll be humble when I'm 40. Shout out R.I.P. my guy. Love you, long live the ruler. But no, seriously speaking, by the way, that song's a banger. Another banger. Draco
That's the name of the song. I'll be humble when I'm
I'll be
40.
humble when I'm 40.
I'm gonna check that one out.
But
I didn't get the quote.
well, maybe you'll get it when you're 40. But yeah, bro, I'm on that same tip. Like I probably said this one saying 4 times on the show, bro. How do you treat the CEO? You got to treat the janitor the same way. And where does that come from? A humble mindset. Being a humble person. If you're somebody who's just out there being all cocky and shit, I've never liked it. Some people can pull it off, like the Conor McGregors of the world. But here's what I also think too. You should have a level of cockiness, but not in a way where it makes you look like a bad person.
Right.
You feel me? Be humble, but be humble in a way that's graceful also. Like you show who you are through your humbleness, but not in a way where it's like you're humble to a point, quote unquote, where you're getting pushed around. So you got to have that good balance of that cockiness with that humble in everything you do and any undertaking you take in life, whether it's work, whether it's just meeting other people, getting introduced here and there. So be humble, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a point where, first of all, I agree with what both of you guys are saying, but I feel like there's a point where you got to ask yourself, do I want to try something different? We get content with the people that we are without even realizing it. We spent so much time. I think when you're a child, you probably, like I'm talking about when we were like 5 or whatever, something like that, we had this image in our head of what like a real man is. And we told ourselves, because I know me, I perfectly pictured myself, as a grown man.
Yeah.
And then every day of my life was spent creating that vision of what I thought I should be. But that was a 5-year-old, right? The most successful people, I feel like, are the ones who can kind of let go of that for a second and be like, let me try a different approach to the type of person that I thought it was that I wanted to become. And it's very hard. It's very hard. I could tell you that me growing up, I always wanted to be tough. I always wanted to be hard. And I always wanted to be respected outright. So not just in here. I want you to say that you respect me.
Right.
And so I did the things that I felt like I needed to do in order to gain that respect to the best of my ability, right? I would get into fights. I would carry guns. I've sold drugs. I've done all different types of things, whatever I could do, I would do it. And then when I came, it's like what we were talking about last time about the being nice and things like that.
Yeah.
When I would deal with certain people, it's funny because you don't even realize it. It's almost like a defense mechanism to You meet somebody, gangsters do this all the time. You meet somebody and it's just like stone face, no smiling, no like, oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, they have that defense mechanism on them.
Yeah.
And
Unless you're like familia or something, and if it's not, it's just that face.
Right. But you know what's
No
funny?
movement.
But you know what's funny about that is like you're still the same person whether you greet a person nicely or not. Right? Like I just met some of your people today, right? And I hope that they thought I was nice. Right? That's how I wanted to. I don't care about them saying that like, hey, that dude seems like he was scary or he was hard. I don't need that.
Right.
I need them to be like, yo, he seems cool and everything like that. And
Like
we'll
a
get
good person.
good
Straight
person.
up.
And we'll get further like that. But if I was like doing things how I used to do it, it's like I'm serious because I'm like, I need them to know, don't cross me.
yeah,
But who cares? Like if anybody wants to cross me because you're still gonna get the same results. You're still gonna get the same bad results for yourself. But now I don't have to put on this mask all the time, which we
Right.
do. So when I speak about humbleness, I agree, treat the CEO the same way that you would treat the janitor. But I also think I'm speaking of it in a different aspect of like people who you other CEOs. Like if I'm a boss and you guys are bosses, right? I still need to be humble towards you guys too.
oh yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Even people who are on my level, I don't need to see you guys as competition. When you guys become competition, then we can't pool our resources.
Right.
And as long as I can be humble towards you, then whatever you got, whatever I got, we could put this all together and make $1 million.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's people. A lot of people don't think that way though,
Mhm.
and that's the
Mhm.
problem. People think like, oh, he's doing that. I'm gonna keep my shit, and I want to do. And there's nothing wrong with doing better than anybody else at all. But it's like, man, we could work together and grow together. It's
Help
like,
each other out.
yeah.
Make it to the top. I want to like ask a question to all of us right now. Since we're on the humble tip, would you rather be loved or feared?
I definitely
Street sense, business sense,
Yeah.
all senses that are encompassing it. Would you rather be loved or would you rather be feared?
Love will get you killed. Where's that from?
What's that one from, bro? You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna
50 cents in it.
Get Richard Die Trying.
Yes.
pick love, right? And
It's not P. Diddy's love. Every other type of love.
no brotherly love. This is just this is just love. You feel me? So now I'm gonna pick love because both things will give you a certain result when people are in your face, but both will give you a completely different result when people walk away, right? If people love you, they'll smile in your face. If they fear you, they'll smile in your face.
Yep.
But when you're gone, they're plotting against you.
Yeah.
Or they're talking about how genuine you are, and they're talking about like, man, I want to help that dude, or I want to be close to this person and everything. I have no desire to be feared whatsoever. The only people I need to fear me, and it's not even necessarily like fear me, but it's like respect me as my kids, and it's just because I'm trying to steer them in the right direction,
Exactly.
What
Yeah.
tip are you on?
Nah, I'd rather be loved, bro. At the end of the day, if you're feared, ain't no one showing up to your funeral.
Exactly.
If you're going through a struggle, the people that fear you, they ain't gonna help you.
Mhm.
The people that love you are. I'd
100%.
much rather be loved than feared.
Exactly.
because they fear your power.
Yeah.
They don't fear you.
Yeah.
They like it's like have it's like,
ruthlessness. They're
yeah, it's like you have
man,
a-
might just pop off out of nowhere. Like,
you have a
what's gonna
gun,
do?
like you have that gun. Okay, I fear the gun, so I'm in check. The moment you put the gun down, it's like, oh no, we could scrap.
Yep.
And I'm not saying I'm afraid. I'm just saying that. You feel me?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd 100% rather be loved too, bro. Because somebody who's loved, and like you said, if someone ever tries plotting against someone that's loved, all the people who love this person are gonna tell him, "Hey, bro, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's getting stacked up against you, bro. These are your odds." But if you're feared, like you said, everyone's gonna be like, "Man, let someone's gonna take care of him." If it's not karma, then it's gonna be somebody who's an even bigger fish than this so-called feared person, right?
Right.
So yeah, obviously as a kid, you're on that same tip, wanted to be feared, wanted to walk out, and people like, "Oh shit, is that Javon, bro?" Or like, "Is that Max, dog?" Like, when I was a kid, I was on that same shit, bro. But when you grow up and the more people you meet, you're like, "Nah, bro, I want to be loved. I want to love people. I want to help people, bro." Like we talked about last time, if you can help someone get out of that pit, why not do it? And the same
Right.
just comes with being a good human. So I'd all day, every day, rather be loved, bro. I don't care to be feared. If you want to see that side of me, for sure, come test me. You don't got a problem. But I ain't trying to go down that route. I'm trying to find Jesus.
There he is.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. It's funny because last night I'm in downtown and I'm getting into my car and I hear an argument start between two people. It looks like older black man, a little bit younger black man. So maybe like 50, 60-year-old and maybe like a 20, 30-year-old maybe, right? And I just hear him say like, nigga, I'm from Compton. And the other dude said, I'm from Compton too.
They just hug it out. They're like, man, I love you, bro.
No. But it's just funny because like, you know, you can tell when somebody's capping, right? And I you could imagine somebody saying something like that because they think this is the place to say some, you know, like I'm from Compton and scared. But no, I could tell both of these niggas was really from Compton. Well, I'm from East Side, I'm from West Side Compton, right? And so their argument continues on. Shout out to, you know, my brother Ed at the barbershop because I'm talking to Ed and I'm telling him about the story. We're laughing about it. And then he shares a story with me about how he goes to buy like a whip and he gets there. And then all of a sudden the dude that's there is asking him like, oh, where you from? He tells him, I'm from Compton. And then the dude starts naming this long list of people that Ed doesn't know because he's naming a bunch of youngsters. You feel me? So after a while, dude goes in the house, makes a phone call, and then all of a sudden, you know, when he's in there, he's calling like a big homie from there. And dude like rolls up quick, but it's one of Ed's people. Yeah. He's like, oh, Ed, right? So then now all of a sudden it turns into a damn near reunion or whatever, right? And because of that, what ends up happening is the dude was trying to charge Ed like more money for like the whip and the rims on it, right? But because he wanted to name drop and do all this stuff and call these people, these people showed up and then now he got the car discounted. So, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because that's the thing about the love and the respect. And again, shout out to Ed because that's a business owner right there who, like, I've been knowing Ed since I was in high school, right? And dude's really from Compton and he set up shop in Alhambra. And in my opinion, he never conducted himself like y'all niggas is weak. Like he was trying to loke up on nobody.
He was never a gangster.
He is, but he doesn't. Like he doesn't.
He's a real gangster.
He's about his business.
He's respectful.
He's respectful,
he
and
knows to differentiate the gangster side to the business side.
Exactly,
or even the human side, bro.
There you go. So at the end of the day, he's just a prime example of the things that he gets from love. From the people that love him versus, you know, like any type of fear, you know? So that's just bringing it back to that.
Yeah, bro. I mean, anybody that's been in the hood, they know like fear ain't gonna get nothing to you, you know? It's different. That's why I'll choose love every time.
Some people don't, Some people got that hood in them and they can't get it out of them though, you know. And it's funny too because when I run into them and I run into dudes like this almost every single day, and I could tell, you could just tell by their demeanor and everything. I look at them, I'm like, damn, bro, you stuck.
Yeah,
you stuck and you're not gonna get far.
Yep.
You know, versus somebody else who I also know who has the same body as you, same type of heart as you, but he'll be polite and he'll come in and be nice. And this dude's over here making money, so. Please be nice so you could get the paper. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Not even
you
that.
Gotta boss up and
gotta get that good karma, bro.
Exactly.
Just putting out all that negative, bad energy, hurting people.
So
it's not gonna be good in the end. That's all I know.
Speaking of arguments, did you guys see the whole Cardi B post the other day? I think it was just yesterday she posted.
Cardi again?
No. What was this one about?
Here, I actually have a photo of it right here because I wanted to talk about this. So
Offset related?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, what else could it be?
I thought I had it. Oh, here it is. So Cardi B went on IG saying that she wishes the worst on Offset. And I mean, I didn't write down the quotes or anything, but she wishes the worst on him and put it all out there, bro. Saying that I think she said she wished he would die. And it's like, how you gonna say that about somebody? For one. Two, how are you gonna put all that personal business on Instagram and social media? Did
she like when you say personal business, like she actually says some details about some stuff, or are you talking about this right here in itself?
No, I mean just in itself, where she just said like she wishes the worst on him. That. But like why do your fans need to know that?
Because she's young and grew up in a social media era. And it's different. these people who are younger now, they're growing up in a certain type of limelight, and they think that this is everything.
Right.
You know, me personally, I'm once again, I don't have no like trash talk for it. It's sad because again, this is a family dynamic that's being ruined, and I'm never gonna be the one who sees any type of dynamic like this being ruined and like chuckle at it or anything like that, except for like when that nigga say, "Let me jack off on the phone." That was funny. That was funny. That was just funny. Period. But like at the same time, I'm still like,
I feel an all for the kids is what it is. The kids are gonna be seeing this when they get older. You know, it's like you guys are making yourselves look like clowns.
And it just sucks, bro. It's not what God intended for us.
Yeah.
It's not what He intended. He didn't intend us to, have different baby mamas, different baby dads. And if you're a person out there who you have one of those things, it's like it is what it is. But I'm just saying, we all know that that's the best thing that we could hope for is to marry one person, have kids with that one person, and both of you guys stay faithful. And most of us won't have that opportunity. We're gonna fail one way or another in the pursuit of that. But I feel like if you fail in the pursuit of that, at least, if you're able to pick yourself up and just maintain it, because there was a time where people were like, all right, you cheated, we got to still make this work. And they made it work. Most of our grandparents, who everybody loves to brag, like my grandparents been married for 70 something years. They were cheating.
Yeah.
They were cheating. But look at the benefit of the fact that they were able to work it out, and they were able to grow together. And now they don't look like your grandfather may not look like a guy who's looking for other women. Now he just has eyes for your grandmother, or vice versa, whoever was doing the cheating, or if they both were, or whatever,
Right.
So I just, she must be in a bad place, bro.
I think so, bro.
Yeah, she must be in a bad place.
She's in a very, very dark place to be putting all of that business out there.
For sure.
And I mean, he's putting it out there too, though, right?
Oh, yeah, I think they're both in a bad place. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think they just got to overcome it. And I don't know. If you guys are going to be separated, just be separated in peace. There's no need to be telling everybody your business.
I agree. God bless them both. I hope everything works out well, honestly.
I got one on this topic. Okay, so we're talking about the negatives of it, but like, what about the positive side of it, right? Because this is a conversation that I have with my wife where it's like, I don't even need to be showing the positive side of everything that I'm doing on social media either, right? Like the moments that I have with my wife, all of those moments don't need to be posted.
Right.
If her birthday comes and I want to drop $1 million and buy the craziest setting ever with her name blown up and 1 million roses on the floor, we don't need to have a photo shoot for everybody else.
Exactly.
I did that for you. How do you guys feel about stuff like that when you see that on social media?
Bro, for me, I feel like a relationship needs to be privacy, bro.
Straight up.
You don't need to be putting all your relationship stuff on social media.
Nobody needs to.
And if your partner, because I mean, for my last relationship, right, she wanted me to be posting everything about her all the time, and I'm thinking about it like, no, I don't need to. Like, I show you love between us. First of all, like me having to put that out there for the world to see shouldn't determine how much I love you. That's first. Second, I don't need people in our business.
Exactly.
It's like if I post you're a good looking woman, and then people are gonna be trying to slide in and shit.
Yeah.
I don't need that. But what do you feel, Max?
No, I'm on that same tip. Like if it's love, then it's love. I don't gotta prove my love to you by posting a picture of me and you at Koi or at Nobu at Malibu or some shit. Look what I'm doing for my girl. At that point, you're proving something to the world that's fake. You need to prove your love with your significant other, whoever that may be. So I'm on that same tip. The love isn't between the man and the woman. It should, and it stays right there. You don't gotta take pictures. You don't gotta do all that extra stuff. But even kind of going off that, even something even more like plain, right? Like even if somebody isn't dating, they go to a restaurant, they bring the food out. What's the first thing they do? Yeah, like cheesecake. They won't even be nowhere like crazy, which cheesecake is still fire.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
I was about to stop you right now.
Cheesecake is flame.
I'm about to bring out his Instagram.
Yeah.
You got your saved. Desserts.
Oh yeah. No, I get it. No, let him finish. Let him cook real quick. I'll bring that up, but go ahead.
You guys know what I'm talking about though, bro. Real quick, they go one dish real quick. Everything has to be taken a pic of. Look what I'm doing with my life, but deep down they're miserable as hell. So like, what if that's maybe for it's understandable for some people it does bring them joy going for that attention because obviously it's done for attention. You want to show the world, look what I'm doing, right? You're at home and I'm at Taco Bell right now, freaking eating a chalupa or whatever it may be. It's even like to the point you brought up about the man and the girl and how they try to show it. It's even to the simplest thing of you order food and they gotta show it to the world, and it all stems from the same shit, attention.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro. Social media has everyone gassed up. I say it all the time.
Straight up,
And there's
bro.
no need to do that. Like for me, I be posting shit, but this is my day-to-day life stuff.
Mhm.
You know, this is what I really be doing. Where there's people where they'll just post stuff here and there, like if you're at a fancy restaurant, like how you said, or you're at, I don't know, a vacation spot or something.
No, it's
Right.
like, okay, look, let's say you once in a while you get like a very beautiful, like Gordon Ramsay makes you a dish. Okay, I'm gonna be like look
Yeah.
up to the side eye, whoever I'm with real quick. But if you're always like, I'm going through my feed and it's just like, oh, okay, I know this guy is gonna have 18 posts of all the
You feel me?
restaurants that he been at. Like,
I'm gonna tell you
good,
this, bro. When I post food, it's because I've cooked it.
True, that
And I
there's that
could bomb.
too.
Like I could fucking cook, bro.
I'm that
So
one of that
when
homies
I-
too.
When
That
I
can-
post food, it's always like my shit. But right now I don't have time, so I haven't been able to cook. I can't wait to take a day off so I can make some steak and lobster.
straight up.
Right.
You know, some chicken fried rice. But
There's nothing better than a home cooked meal, bro, and I don't care what anyone has to say.
oh yeah,
It's
I
the
mean,
best.
there are some things that are better than a home cooked meal, but
What's better than a home cooked meal?
Somebody else cooking it for you.
A home cooked meal.
Yeah. I know. I hear you. I hear you. I hear
Hell
you.
yeah, of course.
I'm capping, but it's funny because I'm on social media too, and you just see people like it's like, bro, like where's your spirit at? Because you're the shell. You know what I'm saying? That's all I see is people just trying to create this
Image.
persona.
right.
Not even just the image, this like literal persona, like this is who I am. Like I get it to a certain degree. Like when you have certain goals that are financial goals or business goals, but when does it become like your spiritual goals? And I personally feel like if I see, for example, on my bio on my Instagram, and I'm no example for nobody, but on there, I have the businesses that I'm a part of and whatnot in the bio.
Yep.
But I don't have them listed there like, hey, everybody look at me. It's the big boss dog. You know what I'm saying?
The Don.
It's just like,
Jadon.
you know, I'm just like, yo, I got to have the link here just so they know how to get to it.
Right.
But other people be like having their stuff up there and then all their pictures, like they're this extravagant, important somebody and they're nobody.
Mhm.
They're not any high level activist, high level politician, high level nobody.
And we know how much you love those high level politicians, bro.
I not so much, right? And so at the end of the day, I just feel like the amount of time that people spend trying to create these personas, they should have been putting some substance into themselves
Exactly.
instead of just being a shell. Have you ever been around somebody? I've been around men and women like this. They are, you know, very wealthy or they do have a lot of money. But then when you sit down and you talk to them, you can't really talk about nothing too
Airhead.
deep.
Mhm.
I don't know if they're smart or not. There's nothing there. They're so consumed by this persona that they're trying to put up that they won't just like talk and have a regular conversation. Everything is like, I need to act this way. I had a dude pop up just the other day and he was just like throwing stuff around. Like, yeah, not this one. Yeah, this. Okay, whatever, right? And I'm just like thinking, I'm like, bro, like you could get the same results here if you just calm down, please. Like, why are you acting like you're the most important person on earth, you know?
Yeah.
But I'll lead into this. The second boss talk topic is about, you said you don't have time to cook for yourself no more.
Mm-hmm.
Would be about, you know, working hard, but reaping the benefits of that.
Right.
Now, what does working hard look like?
Working hard. So for me, bro, working hard is this, right? I got two jobs. I work at that radio station. I work at a weed shop. I work every fucking day. Monday through Sunday through Monday, whatever it is. Every day I work 15-hour days, 15 to 17-hour days, bro. I'm usually on like 4 to 5 hours of sleep. Plus, we started this podcast. We got this going. I'm editing the podcast. We're filming the podcast. I'm editing all the social clips, the interviews, uploading. On top of that, we got our production company that we're trying to make sales for and everything like that. That's fucking working hard. On top of that, trying to keep a clean diet while hitting the gym. Hitting the gym's another one. Like, we work so damn hard and so long that we got no time to ourselves. I can't just be chilling at home watching a movie. I can't be chilling at home binging a series no more.
Right.
Because I'm on this path and I'm sacrificing a lot right now. I'm sacrificing time. But at the same time, you can see it as sacrifice or you can see it as putting in the work.
Right.
Exactly.
You know? And right now I'm putting in the work so that way down the line, I could finally make my own schedule. I could have my own schedule to chill, hit the gym, cook, spend time with my family, you know?
Right.
So that's where we're at right now. But that's working hard where you're just trying to reach your goal.
Yeah.
100%. No, I'm on that same tip. I mean, it's crazy too. Like, how could you not work hard? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I'll spaz out, bro. Like, literally, like, if I'm not working, what are you doing if you're not working? And I know I'm pretty sure we all know people who they're always complaining, but you never see them working. They're never working. They're like, my
Must be
life's like,
nice.
yeah, my life's like this.
Must
my
be
life-
nice.
Like, bro, I don't even got time to complain, bro. You're over here wasting the 5 minutes of time I'm seeing your ass about,
Yeah.
bro. You don't even know. And then I'm trying to know, like, nah, bro. I don't. Honestly, I hope things go well, but I do not care because when you look at like how, like you said, you're working so hard and you see this other, whether it's a friend, whether it's a brother, or whoever it may be, you're just like, bro, I can't relate to you, and you're coming and bringing this negative energy, like
Yes.
the power of Christ. Like, how do you? How does
I rebuke you, Satan.
I rebuke you, please.
I rebuke you.
Even
yeah.
like, please just back it up, boy. I don't want to hear it, dog. And pause. Don't back it up like that, but back it up towards that wall, away from me. So pretty much, I'm on the same tip with you guys on the working hard part. I want to work so hard that I get to a point where, like you said, I'm gonna make my own schedule. I'm gonna be able to do what I want to do. If I wake up in the morning one day and I'm like, you know what, I want some pizza, flying to Rome. I want a baguette. Now I'm in Paris. Boss talk in Paris. That's working hard. That's how you gotta do it. So, you're not gonna make it to the gym. You're not gonna make it to those home cooked meals. You're gonna have to sometimes eat from Mickey D's, and maybe even Donald Trump might give you that Mickey D's if you get lucky. If you pull up to the right McDonald's, you saw that, right?
Yeah, I don't think nobody's lucky getting McDonald's.
From Donald Trump, they kind of are.
I don't care who. Jesus ain't even about to give me. Nah, I'm take that back, Lord.
Come on,
That's the only person I'm gonna be blessed to take a cheeseburger from McDonald's.
I didn't say blessed from Trump. I'm not gonna give him that much, but if you give it to, it'll be hilarious. Just imagine his head pops out like, "Here's your McNuggets." And
I
you're like,
just
"Oh my
want to
God."
know.
well-
Hey, hold on a second. Like,
It has begun.
how
ladies
did
and
this
gentlemen.
nigga like think in his mind? Like, you know what they want? Some McDoubles.
Listen, hey, think about it. McDonald's, you take the muck out, Donald's.
Oh my
my
goodness.
And he's
God.
so funny that
Wait.
the news is like recording him. He's like, I've been here 15 minutes longer than Kamala. Because she's like, I guess she's never worked there, but
Did
she
you-
was telling everyone I've worked at
Oh, I'm not even referring to what he just did. I'm talking about who did he invite to the White House and gave them McDonald's?
Oh, the kids. It was I think sports teams.
Come on, dog.
But he ordered a lot of shit though. He ordered McDonald's, KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut.
All stuff that the poorest person ever could have got
No,
themselves.
but you know why he did that though?
Because he's Donald Trump. That's why he
Yeah,
did
it's,
that.
Donald Trump, but it was the White House. So when COVID was going on, I guess the kitchens were having some issues. So he out of pocket went and got all these things.
Donald Trump, we want to thank you for the $300 that you spent
Yeah,
out of
the
pocket.
dollar menu.
You know what I'm saying?
I do not condone any of these conversations, Trump. I got you.
He said out of
Yeah.
pocket, like
They ain't know the context of what
he
you
didn't
just brought up
like,
on.
bro. He said
did
it
it,
like
though.
he said it was like it was Fleming's or something like that. He's like, yeah, bro, I got you all this Houston's out of my own.
But look, but when you look into
Hey, he
it,
probably
Trump
served it
likes
on
that.
silver platters.
I know. Hey, no, I believe that. I'm just like,
Golden
this is
platters.
it's still funny though. But I think that on the topic of what we were saying, I feel like man, that was funny. I feel like you need this to pay off, right? And that's why we work hard. You know, a lot of people will want results, but they won't put in the work for it. You know, the saying is paid the cost to be the boss. You had to sacrifice. I know that I think that you should be moving forward and active, whether you have something that is like a long-term or a short-term goal in front of you. When we speak about the gym, when I don't have any of my long-term goals right in front of me, what I will do is make sure, all right, I'm in the gym, I'm taking care of myself, I'm reading frequently, keeping myself physically and spiritually on point. what then happens is God sees what you're doing. And I don't think it's this way just because you're working hard. And I'm going to speak, this is a personal testimony. God saw what I was doing. And then he said, you know what? Well, I need you to do something else with your time now. And when I went to go do the other thing that he wants me to do with my time, it takes away from me. All right, now I can't read as often. I can't be in the gym as often. But it's okay because I'm looking at the bigger picture of what will come from it.
Right.
I know that there are a lot of people. I'm in downtown all the time. I know there's a lot of people homeless in downtown, not just on Skid Row, but just everywhere now. And a lot of them are very lazy. And I'm not saying that to talk down. I'm saying it factually. I've talked to people who have been living in Skid Row and people who have been homeless. A lot of the times what ends up happening is either it's drug abuse, which will throw a person's mental off, very sad to see, or it will be, I just don't want to have to maintain bills. I don't want to have to go work all the time and give all my money away to pay for an electric bill, a light bill, a gas bill, car note. I don't want to do all that. I don't want those responsibilities. And so people just give up and then they just end up there out on the streets. If you want to do the opposite of that, then you got to tell yourself that look at those things as a blessing. That's how I see it right now. I tell my wife, like, as I'm making money, I'm like, yo, I made all these hundreds of dollars in this one transaction or whatever it is that I did, or one paycheck. But it's all gone. But I paid my car insurance. I paid my car note. I paid whatever other bills that I need to get paid. That's a blessing.
Yes, it is.
Because there were times in my life where I couldn't even pay my bills.
Bro, there's times in my life where I'm negative in my account.
Oh, my account's negative right now. Y'all think I'm lying? I'm not lying. I'll show you my account right
negative
now.
last week. That's why
but I'm going to be all right.
On Sunday.
There you go. He's like, yeah, bro, let me just walk outside. Yeah. Moses took off running down the street.
It's all good though, bro. You know, success takes a lot of hard work and sacrifice, bro. It takes a lot of late nights, early mornings, no sleep, putting in the work, doing free work. And that's another thing that I still do to this day. I still do free work, bro. Why? Because I'm making good connections. And those connections are paying off now for what we're doing. And they will still pay off in the future.
Exactly. And it's going on your resume too. So Moses has done ...
Yeah, bro. You know, like where I'm at today is because of all the hard work that I put in. And a lot of people could be like, damn, bro, like I see you with all these celebrities. You're so lucky. No, I'm not lucky. You know how much hard work I put to be where I'm at today? Be around the people that I'm at today. You know, that's years. That's years of sacrifice. That's years of me learning. And a lot of people, they don't see what happens behind the scenes. You know?
Exactly.
They don't see the dark times that I've had. And I mean, the times that I had to overcome.
The celebs are lucky for being in the room for you, bro.
That's
they don't
right,
even know.
bro.
It's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's a trip. Because like I said, I'm not even trying to be like braggadocious or nothing like that. But when I'm in the room with people, like they recognize my energy. And they'll come up to me a certain way. And they'll talk to me a certain way. Because of my energy that they feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Nah, your energy is genuine, bro. Like, and I'm blessed to know you, bro.
I appreciate
so
that, bro.
I'm gonna stop you right there because I'm not gonna let you say this about yourself. I'm gonna say it for you so that people don't think that don't know you, they don't think that you're capping or whatever. I talk highly about you all the time. The decisions that you make and the way that you interact with people is something that like I respect highly. You know, I've been a hustler my whole life. And when I come across other hustlers, like bro, I've come across people where I've had problems with them, but then I watch how they hustle and I'm like, no, that he's a hustler though. I like that. And I love to see that, right? You in general, like I said, you have introduced me to people in the simplest of situations that people who I knew before you and had went through more things with you, we talked about gatekeeping last week. They wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But you connect dots. I even see you connecting dots for other people to the radio station, just connecting people and they're like, what? Like, you know, and they're so grateful for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to say it for you. You know, your energy, yeah, people feel it, but they don't feel it like they feel it in the sense of you have a great spirit. That's the way that I would put it, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
I appreciate it, bro.
And this is our new segment called The Moses Show.
Yeah.
Where we sit down and we compliment Moses.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to Max, Max
we
is
don't gotta do all that.
is somebody you don't want to be around because he's gonna
loves Trump.
yeah,
Trump.
and he loves Trump. You see Max on the overhead of the freeway with the Trump flag. Trump.
He's laying
Back
in the
and
middle
forth.
of traffic.
You guys
Yeah.
gotta vote
You
for
gotta
Trump,
vote for Trump.
or I'm not moving out of the way.
He's like,
bruh.
hey,
Hey, move out. You're making me late to work, dog.
Republicans pulling up like, hey, I'm late for work. He said, I'm out for Trump. Oh, never mind. Stay right there.
Right there, right.
Yeah,
We're
Jim, I'm going to be
right
late today. We're laying out on the freeway for
now.
Trump.
We got a fellow Trumpster out here in the middle of the 5 freeway, keeping it down.
So, yeah, I got to help this guy out. Are you serious? Right away.
Straight up.
So obviously Max wants to talk about Trump. I'm gonna bring this up.
Anytime, bring it up, bro. I was
Did
gonna
you-
bring up something completely different,
No,
honestly, but bring him up.
We'll bring that up after, but I'll bring this up. Did you see that he called Arnold Palmer all mad?
Wait, what?
How do you feel about your boy?
Wait,
dog?
wait,
all
wait,
of
he
a sudden
called-
you don't know what Trump
Wait,
talks
hold on.
about.
I didn't even hear what
No.
Arnold Palmer, all man.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Is it
There
Arnold
you go, ladies
Palmer
and
or
gentlemen.
Drake?
Trump supporters are blind to the negativity.
Hey, you know what? Side note though, right? Like,
Hold on.
All right,
Give me
yeah,
some
yeah.
context. Isn't Arnold Palmer
You're the
a
Trump
Drake?
supporter.
Yeah,
You're supposed
you
to
should
know.
know.
But I don't know.
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
know either.
something.
But
Hold
hold
on.
on. But I'll save you though. I don't know what you're talking about.
So,
So,
this
what-
is what
I
happened.
don't know what
Look
he's
it up.
talking
Look it
about
up right
either.
now. You can look it up.
I'm about to search up some positive Trump shit
Trump's
right now. I don't know what he's
Trump's
talking about.
talking about some stuff, right? And this dude talks about, I don't know why he brought up Arnold Palmer, but he talks about when they were in the shower, how guys would come out and be like, that guy is all man. And Trump pretty much agreed. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, you're talking about being in the shower with this man.
and he said he's all
All
man.
man. Basically, like,
He's
yeah.
packing
Yeah,
heat
he's
or
packing
something.
heat.
Hey,
Why do people say?
honest president?
Oh
Being honest,
my
honestly,
God.
honestly, he's even supporting the gays. But here, okay, since you brought up Trump, something that he said today that was pretty powerful. He said, and he tweeted this, of course. Tweetmaster 9000, Donald J. Trump, and the J stands for genius. So Kamala Harris did nothing as 120,000 Armenian Christians were horrifically persecuted and forcibly displaced out of Artsakh. Displaced out of Artsakh.
You know, genius starts with a G, right?
I know, bro, I know. You haven't seen that.
I just had to say it.
Hey, no, I
Simpleton.
don't.
No, no.
Listen.
Simpleton.
Yeah. Listen. There's a segment that Jimmy Fallon would do where he would dress up like Trump and he would come out as like, my name is Donald J. Trump and the J stands for genius.
Okay, we get
That's
you.
where I got it
Okay.
from.
Well, there you
I
go.
was making
So,
sure.
Put some context.
Gotta
out.
put some context like Arnold Palmer, all man. I'm like, bro, he's talking about just drink? Like it's all man.
I'm
Like,
just surprised that you didn't see that.
bro, no, but
Or
I did-
you probably saw it. You just didn't want to.
or you never know. I probably just looked over.
They hit him with that Men in Black pen.
Yeah, like to myself real quick. I didn't see that. Okay, real quick. This is something that he did say that was right. Kamala Harris did nothing as 120,000 Armenian Christians were horrifically persecuted and forcibly displaced in Artsakh. Christians around the world will not be safe if Kamala Harris is president of the United States. When I am president, I will protect persecuted Christians. I will work to stop the violence and ethnic cleansing, and we will restore peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan. And I know I've given you guys some context about Armenia and Azerbaijan and
Azerbaijan is Turks.
Azerbaijani. Like that's how you say it in American, Azerbaijan. But in art, like the way you say it,
Yeah,
like,
bro,
Azerbaijan.
But what is that?
Azerbaijan? Listen, I ain't gonna argue with that, bro.
No,
I don't know.
what
There's
is it,
good
though?
Azerbaijani people too. There's good Turks and stuff too. It's
These
all
are,
coming down
these
to
are,
the
these are,
person.
this is the difference, right? You have the Turks, and then you have
Turks is a big country. Azerbaijan's a little smaller under them.
Uh-huh.
But pretty much what he's talking about is we had a war recently over Artsakh. Azerbaijan is claiming that land is theirs.
Yeah.
But it's not theirs, bro.
Okay.
Historically, that land is ours. What essentially happened at the end of the Soviet Union, Stalin was giving out lands and saying, oh, this land is going to be to this people. This land is going to be to that people. And for some reason, Stalin decided to give this specific land of Artsakh and some parts, I think, of Nakhichevan and specific areas to Azerbaijani people when it was actually Armenian land. So that's what Trump's talking about. That's
Right.
the context behind what he's talking about. And that's something good he did say. So that's something I did pay attention to. I don't know about the Arnold Palmer one. But,
all man.
Look it up.
No, but I feel like
Max thinks Trump is all mad.
Right? that's why. Hey, but you know what's crazy is that I could see that being a very powerful thing to say, like you said, for anybody who's
For
Armenians. Yeah,
And Christians too, bro. Candace Owens brought up that same topic. Even Ben Shapiro.
but
Him
but
being a
what?
Jew brought it up and he's like, because Israel was helping Azerbaijan in a lot of stuff, and he's like, I'm even against that. He's like, I don't agree with the policy or the way that they're handling the Armenia-Azerbaijani situation, and that's historically Armenian lands.
Yeah. we're always gonna. I feel like personally, you can always find something that somebody who is rotten to their core, and I'm not saying he is, but I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying, I'm speaking in general. You can always find something that somebody who's rotten to their core what do they say? A broke clock is right to the day. You feel me? So
you're just trying to diss Trump or what?
Always, always trying to diss. But I do feel like that's good, man. And you know, anything that helps a whole culture in one way or another, I'm happy about it. I know me personally, like being black, when people try and point out the things that he's done that supposedly help my culture, or that are a benefit to black people, it's not enough for me, speaking for the black plight, right? There are black people who will tell you like, yeah, Donald Trump is doing things that help black people in this way and that way. And that's cool. If you want to support Trump or Harris or anybody, you know, do you. Me, one thing that I do want to point out for the first time, I don't feel like it's the first time, but I want to get into it. Bro, I am tired of seeing Harris's face at all, bro. Because I can't stand her neither, you know? And I'm gonna make that clear because I feel like some people keep looking at these other episodes, they see us getting on Max and they think
they think you're Kamala Harris 9,000.
No,
Yeah.
that's not what it is.
Well, that makes them, hey, hold on.
What it
and
is, but that's what it looks like.
No.
We're not saying I don't like Kamala.
I don't need to. That's like me. I don't need to.
But you have said it, though.
I have said it, but
you're not for either one.
But it's not in the shorts
But
that have been.
that goes back to my other point of being a simpleton because I've never said that I like Harris. Right. And if you just assume, that's like if somebody tells me like, oh, Harris is so stupid, I don't just be like, well, Trump, I ask.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you. You said something about Harris?
I'm going to ask you. It's a video on YouTube.
No, I'm not talking. Oh, they be in the comment sections making comments?
Well, yeah. That's
and I'm not.
Saw the
I'm not.
Trumpsters
That I know.
there.
I'm not even mad about it. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm just saying that. I'm saying this is evidence about the simpleton term in general, right? And me saying that if I'm somewhere and somebody says, I don't know, I don't like all these blood gang members over here, I'm not just automatically like, well, you know, the Crips, you know, I'm like, okay, do you like this? Or, you know, for example, but you get what I'm saying? I'm going to ask before I just assume.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm not going to just like hear somebody say one thing, but this is why it's comical to me because everywhere that I go, if I ever get into a political conversation, see, whoever you ask me about first is who you're going to get the work about first. If you would be a Harris supporter and not a Trump supporter, then we'd be here talking about Harris all day long.
Never in my life.
But I'm just saying though.
Find me supporting.
I'm just saying.
Harris.
I'm just saying. So my point being is that somebody sees me and they talk about Harris first, and then I start saying anything negative. They're like, "Oh, well, we can't let Trump and Trump this." I'm like, bro, I don't like Trump either. Right. So it's really just what gets brought up, and then do you want to investigate or do you just want to make assumptions?
Okay, do you still stand behind the claim that Trump supporters are simpletons and the Trump supporters are lazy people?
I stand by the fact that majority of his supporters are simpletons. And I said that the first time I said it. And I clarified that I wasn't talking about you.
Both sides. I know it's obviously not about me because, I mean, in general, both sides. That's why I love the fact I said both sides, any side, all sides. Majority of simpletons. So it's like you can't even throw it out there. But you also said that the voters for Trump, and we made the joke like, "Are you lazy, Max?" Do you think that
I don't think I don't. Okay, I'll split it down. I'll split it down. No. I was very specific in what I said, and I'll split it down.
I was joking around that day. Me and Mo were cracking jokes and stuff. I'm just talking about what the claims you made.
Jokes.
Yeah,
I know.
I split it down the middle, right? And I'm gonna give you a little bit of tidbits about the Harris side, and I'm gonna give you some tidbits about the Trump side.
But in general, do you think they're
you gotta let me give you the work again. So I'm gonna start on the other side because I don't want there to. So when it comes to like Harris's side, right? Like I said, Trump is smart for knowing his base and knowing how to appeal to that base. The base
all
that Trump is
are like that. Just saying.
I know. In 5 seconds, I was going to say that.
I caught you.
Let him speak.
Slow down, Flash. Like,
I got so much.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I need give me some energy, bro. I ate one time today. I'm dying.
Hold on, Skip.
So, Trump, he knows how to appeal to his base, and you know the base that we can acknowledge this that the base that Trump has is not the same base that Harris has or any other politician. They're trying to appeal to separate bases, right? the base that Harris is appealing to, I do believe that it is a progressive side. But when I use the word progressive, I don't mean that in a positive context. I'm talking about people who just look at anything as different as progress. Like, oh, all we need purple hair people in every bathroom and doing every type of
Oh
thing.
yeah. You
That's
need to tell me your pronoun when I meet you, type shit.
Yeah, to
Which
them
I'm gonna
that's
get into that topic right after.
yeah,
this. I wanna
that's
bring that up,
that's
so.
just like that's what I'm when I say progressive, that's what I mean because that's what they label as progressive,
Sure,
right?
It is
So
progressive.
do I
liberalism.
think that her side is the simpletons? No, I don't. But I do see the problem in her side, and that is the problem. Is that it's like we're just doing any and everything that we can to say that we could do any and everything that we can. Yeah? We want to let everything through. There's no filter. Just let everything come through. Let every type of person, criminal, everything, just let it through. Let it be something that we paint in a positive light. When we go back to the Trump side, they're not that way, right? Trump's side is we're trying to lock down everything. We don't want none of this in here. As a matter of fact, we're in here. You guys stay out because we're already in here, right? But
are you talking about illegal immigration?
No, I'm talking about it all. The lifestyle, the ideals.
No, I don't think it's like that. I think they're trying.
I know it actually is because
on who though? Because
of course,
you can't base an assumption.
No, but listen though, but there is a general rule in every aspect of everything, and you don't fit it, right? You don't fit it. That's why we're able to do this podcast is because you do not fit that, right? If you did fit it, like bro, we probably would have fought so many times or one time. And I would have won, but no, but you know, I'm just saying, like, it would have been issues. You are the exception, right? And there's always an exception. But what I'm saying is a general rule. What I see on just like you, bro. Like, if you were to tell me something about like Democrats, you could tell me some things, and I can't be like, nah, Democrat. And I'm not a Democrat, by the way, because I gotta apparently clarify this. But you would say, okay, most Democrats are like this. Bro, nobody could say that you're wrong because most of them are. Just because there's one Democrat who's the exception, he can't come in and be like, hold on, bro, you can't talk about us Democrats like that because I'm a doctor and I'm these things and I have a high GPA and I'm a Christian. Okay, bro, that's just you. But turn around and look at your crowd. Look at the crowd and the people side by side with you. Do they look like you? They don't. And it's the same thing for Trump supporters. When you say things, when you look around, do they most of them look like you? They don't. They're not like you. They're not educated on a lot of these things. They're more so just like no. Like, bro, the things you joke about, the jokes that you make, I come across people who are not joking. That's like really how they are to their core. They don't see it no other way. They just have these blinders on. So do I think that Trump supporters can be simpletons? Of course. But it's not given any juice to the other side. I just think this whole political game is just trash, bro. It's really trash.
It's made to divide us.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
On your tip of what you're saying, I've met many Democrats. That's like when you say on the simpleton tip, I could say like, okay, yeah, then maybe all Democrats, which is it's not what I'm saying, but I'm bringing up for an example, are all purple haired, pronoun using, right? Because we know the Democratic Party is not the party used to be during JFK's run, and even by the time Carter came around, it warped into something. In my opinion, the Democratic Party, and even this is to like older Democrats, old school liberals are like, yeah, bro, this is not the party I grew up for. Like it's not what it is anymore. But it's like I could say, oh, they're all purple hair. There may be a majority or a little bit more people like that, but I've met so many like masculine, liberal, Christian. You would think, and again, you can't put that they all conservatives are masculine, like Christian loving, whatever, right? But I've seen a diversity of both sides. Like great people that you would think are conservative that hate Trump. I've met great people that hate Kamala, and it's just I agree with you that there are some groups that like are prevalent in both sides that you're like, okay, yeah, there's a kind of a lot of, let's say, Bible holders that are on
Bible thumpers.
Bible thumpers. There on the Trump side, there's a lot of people who want to force down a pronoun on people, right, and try to mess with my free speech and tell me that I have to call you by this pronoun or that pronoun, which is pretty much going against my First Amendment of free speech, which is what I also wanted to get into, which I also think is it's an interesting topic. But what do you guys think about pronouns? I just want to start off with what I think real quick is, You can be whatever the hell you want to be. Like I've said before, if you want to be a penguin, I'll identify you as a penguin. If you want to be a girl, but you're biologically a man, I'll call you a girl. Let me tell you why I do that. Because I don't care, right? It's not my life, it's your life. I want to move on with my life. I'm not going to spend my time arguing with someone who wants to be called a they, she. I get more annoyed when someone is like, I want to be called a they or a them, because that pisses me off worse than somebody that's a male that wants to be called a she.
Yeah.
Because in the Armenian, in Armenian we call older people our elders. We will use they instead of sir, or it comes out different.
I understand.
So instead of
yeah.
in Armenian we would say, instead of du, we would say duk. So you're pretty much talking, but that you're giving this person respect. So when someone like a little 16, 17-year-old, or even anyone, it can be my age, George, they, like, who are you to be they? Because this is the way I've grown up, right?
Right.
Which pisses me off way more than if someone says she or he. I don't care. You be whatever you want to be. Don't try to force it upon anybody else, because then again, then you're going against our First Amendment, which is to have free speech, to be able to say what I want to say, bro. You want to be that way, or her or she, penguin, refrigerator, air conditioning vent, whatever you want to identify as. I don't have a problem. But once you try to tell me, no, you're wrong, and you're trying to mess up reality, that's when we can go down a rabbit hole and really go deep, which I don't want to. I just want to accept everybody for what they are. And at the end of the day, I am not your maker. I am not who's going to judge you at the end of the day. So I'm not going to stand and even have that conversation with someone who I see is far along that tip. I'm not going to support it, but I will make you feel accepted. That's my tip on it.
I feel like I have a problem with it when it comes to them shoving it down people's throats.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Right? Like, you don't see me on Instagram, hey, another day of being straight.
Yeah, straight up, straight
I
up.
don't be posting stuff like that. But that's what they're doing. And that's when I have a problem with it. You're shoving it down people's throats. You're shoving it down the kids' throats. It's like, let the kids be the kids. Let them be innocent. You're teaching them something that they don't need to be taught yet, especially when it comes to parenting. If you teach this kid one thing, now that kid comes home to you as a parent, and the parent didn't expect to teach you this at your age. Now they have no choice but to talk about it.
Mhm.
You know, they're not ready for it. Another problem I have with it is when you just come to me and you expect me to know your pronouns. I just met you for the first time. You're going to get mad at me for calling you like, oh, miss or mister. Like, I just met you, you know?
Exactly.
Like, I've had this problem before at the weed shop where a customer walked in. I'm like, oh, how's it going, bro? And they're like, how are you going to call me bro? I'm a female. This
Oh,
and that.
you've really experienced that before?
Yes, bro. I've experienced it. And I
those big ass.
But you know why, though?
yeah, bro. And I looked at him and I was all like I was like taken back, like, damn, like I've never been in this situation before, you know? But I handled myself well. I was like, okay, do you identify as this? Yes. I'll respect your identity, but have I met you before? No. Then how do you expect me to know your pronouns? And then they kind of just were like,
I'm going somewhere else.
yeah. I'm going to Green Bear.
Right.
I'm about to go write a report on Yelp.
Yeah, bro, it's a trip, but it's like, that's why I have a problem with it as well, you know? So those are the 2 problems I have with it.
Did he or she or
It looked like a straight up guy, bro.
That's what's wild. Like,
and
you
then-
can't be getting active on people. Like, I don't. Come on.
And here's another thing I experience all the time. When people come through security, right? They got to show their IDs. They got to get scanned in. So their IDs. So a lot of times they haven't even changed their name. So when they come in, I'm like, oh, how's it going, Daniel? It's Daniela.
So you've experienced this
I've
more
experienced
than
it multiple times, bro.
That's crazy.
Multiple times. And I'm just looking at him. Like I said, I'll be like, have I met you before? No. Okay, so how do you expect me to know your name? And do you know how many people I come across this weed shop every day? You expect me to know you?
right.
No, I'm not going to remember you.
Yeah.
You know, but that's where I have the problem with. It's like, you're going to expect me to know what your identity is. You look like a man or you look like a woman. I'm going to say it like it is.
Yeah,
crazy.
I think that it's interesting to give you your flowers now, right? At you being younger, bro, like, and you being mature enough to want to address people as they want to be addressed is a big thing, right? Because it's so much easier to just be like, I don't care, and to get aggressive or whatever it is. But it's wise to be like, how can we just keep this peaceful and go about whatever? I don't have to agree with you. I think that something to be noted is this, and I hope people take note of this. I am in no way, shape, or form perfect. And as a Christian, we are not supposed to judge. We know what's right and we know what's wrong, but we are not judges. And so for me, when I sit there and I look at somebody else and whatever they're doing and I focus in on it, like as if my life is like I'm perfect, then that's wrong, right? Also, something that I think people forget about when they talk about any like trans people or whatnot is I'll start here. Let's start with straight people. Are there straight people with mental illnesses in the world?
Yeah, for sure.
So therefore, there will also be trans people with mental illness as well.
Yeah.
Does that speak for the whole group? It doesn't, right? Because there are there are straight people who make decisions consciously. There's nothing wrong with them up here. They just morally, they make these decisions, whatever decision it is we're referring to. The same way, you also have some trans people that have nothing going wrong up here. They're making moral decisions. I'm not just talking about transition. I'm talking about whatever they do. Mm-hmm. But then you also have the mentally ill ones. And to me, that's like a mental illness for somebody to step in somewhere and be expecting you to know who they are and what they're about, right, and going around. And we see a lot of it. Mm-hmm. But we just need to keep that in mind that more than anything else, when we see things happen, sometimes it's not the thing. Sometimes it's not because they're trans. It's because that individual person is mentally ill.
There you go.
I've seen there was like a trans man who went on, I think it was a Breakfast Club at some point. But everything that he was saying is like, I know that I'm a man and these things like that, but this is like what I do. It's like, okay, like that's.
Was it the bald guy with the beard?
No, he has, I think he fully, I believe full makeup, long hair, everything like that.
Oh, okay.
But
I saw another, it was Breakfast Club too.
That's respectful though.
Yeah.
For that person to say that. Like, I know I'm a man, but this is the way I feel. That's respectable.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
Yeah. And I just think that at the end of the day, I'm also going off of what he said too. Like, I'm just trying to keep it rolling. Mm-hmm. I do not have time to make everybody an enemy of me. And if you do that, you will get an enemy out of everybody, you know? I'm not walking down the street trying to correct every, you whatever you doing, do that. Yeah, do you? Just make a pathway, clear pathway for the boss. I'm trying to come through, swing my cape a little bit.
Yeah, straight up. And I want to say I appreciate your comments as an older man from the Renaissance period.
That's right. Some of us are still alive.
Yeah,
we're still here.
Made it through, bro. Some vampire shit. I don't know what it is, but
that's what it is.
Fountain of youth.
That's what it is.
But honestly, yeah, everyone's a human at the end of the day. Like we said, if you're humble, you got to be humble towards everybody. Doesn't matter what they are, their preferences. This is what I always bring up on the Christians and stuff. First of all, I don't consider myself, in a way we are Christians, but I consider myself someone who has a relationship with God. Now I ask all my Christian brothers and sisters in Christ, and you guys obviously too with me here, would Christ turn his back on a gay person? Would Christ turn his back on someone having an abortion? Would Christ turn his back on a transgender? Even if they went against everything that was Christ. I don't think Christ would turn his back on those people.
I don't think so either, bro.
And if he did, and if he would, I don't think that's the God I worship, honestly. That's not the Son of Man. That's not that's just not the God that I know that's from the Bible. That's Christ of Nazareth. So
I feel like
let me just say one thing. Just to piggyback off what he's saying, and I think there needs to be not a clarification because he said what he meant. Mm-hmm. I just want to add to it and just say that some people hear statements like that and then they believe that we're free to do whatever we want to do, which, yeah, we are free to do whatever we want to do. It does not, like, we're not to judge you. Like, it's not my responsibility to judge you. It's not Max's responsibility to judge you. Exactly. It's not Moses' responsibility, but God will judge you. Mm-hmm. And so I advise you guys to open your Bible, read it, pray, and make sure you're making right decisions, because just because us measly humans aren't going to judge you, mm-hmm. the
Almighty,
yeah, he's going to judge.
Grand architect of the universe. Yep. And you don't always have to go out, this is just advice for anybody who's listening, find Christ for yourself, find Christ through your faith. Don't always be going around listening to people who have these radical views, because Christ is for everybody. Christ isn't only for the good churchgoers. Christ is for the Satanists. Christ is for I don't care what you are. Christ is for you, and Christ wants to come into your life to help you. And I know we sound like a youth group right now, just breaking it down. But honestly, we all grew up, from what I understand, from a church
Yeah.
like background. I grew up in a church background. A pastor actually prayed for me for like 4 to 6 hours before I was born. He was a family member, which used to be like a don, mafia don. Christ saved his life, and he became evangelical.
Mhm.
And he came without even telling my family. Went into one of the rooms and just prayed for like blessing. May Maxim come out blessed. That's why my middle name is Emmanuel. And for the Christians, they know what Emmanuel means. It means God be with you. But it's Christ is for everybody.
Mhm.
So again, when they stand outside the abortion clinics and they're screaming, Jesus Christ, what are you gonna go to hell? Christ is for the person getting an abortion too. Christ is for everybody. So please do your own due diligence. Read, pick up the Bible, go to good people who's gonna actually teach you the faith, and they're not gonna come biased. That's what I think about this, honestly. Deep down, Christ is for all people. And anybody who tells you the otherwise, then I don't know what they're reading. They're probably reading the book wrong. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna let you take it away. But I agree with what you said, and I want people to know, because I feel like we go through these stages in our walk with God. Like, we all get to that stage where we say, like, I don't really know if I'm a Christian, but I know I have a relationship with God and I'm spiritual. And we try and disassociate ourselves because we see these people who call themselves Christians, going against the Bible, doing it wrong. But remember, they can't hijack what's ours. It would be equivalent to me saying, like, I don't know if I'm black. I'm just darker because I'm seeing somebody else black do something wrong. No. I'm black. This is what it's supposed to be. Don't look at that person and think they are. I'm the representative. And, when it comes to Christianity, something to think about is that the word Christian is in our text. It's important. And it is important that it remain. And it is important that we are the ones carrying that torch. So we don't, just some advice out there, you do what you do to whoever who's watching. Don't tell people you're spiritual. You tell them you're a Christian and live your life so that people will be like, well, then I want to be that too. Because I see what that's bringing. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You guys hit it right on the mark, to be honest. Like, I can't even piggyback off it because everything you guys said, I believe in as well.
Mhm.
I want to also bring up another point too, that we all know in the Bible. It says all sin is looked by God the same, other than blaspheming the Holy
Right.
Spirit, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, I did write the 10 Commandments. So.
Yeah, your ancestor, your Jewish ancestor wrote it down. The great Moses. But bringing it back, if all sin is the same and is looked upon God, no, I'm not saying go and sin and go ham, but this is something that a lot of people don't know. So, and I've noticed a lot with even pastors and stuff. Again, I'm not trying to judge. I'm just trying to bring up this topic and speak on it because we've all came from a church background. I've seen people who claim to be men of God, pastors, preachers, literally go ham on someone for having a Red Bull because it's a sin. But he's out here being 300 pounds. Is that not? Hold on. Is it not a sin that you're 300 pounds?
That's a sin. That's a sin.
Yeah, it is, because it's not. You're breaking your temple, which is inside you. Secondly, a lot of these pastors and preachers, right? They look down upon people who smoke, who curse and stuff. Like, they have a moral high ground than these people, right? For an example. But then they go around, and I'm not speaking on anyone specific. I've just noticed this because I've seen this kind of just church culture that's became something that it's not. Go around and gossip after church ends. And I know you've got this, all the women get ready. It's like,
all the time.
Okay, if sin is the same, but you're looking at someone who just smokes but has lived a life of a moral lifestyle that is this much higher than yours, who are you? Even if you've put that word of, even if you're a so-called, let's say, pastor, preacher, who the hell are you to look from upside down on this person while you're just doing another type of sin, whether it's being an absolute fat ass, whether it's gossiping and talking shit about people that you shouldn't be, but you think you're for some reason you're higher up because you don't smoke, you don't drink, and you're always at church. Then again, it's just not knowing the Bible, it's not knowing the word, and it's a lot of people, like you say, they don't take the layers off things, right? The Bible's not straightforward either. That's why we have 40,000 different denominations, ladies and gentlemen. It's because it's not simple. I mean, if God is that all powerful, something that the human mind can't even comprehend or understand, obviously his word is going to be taken a million ways, right? But what comes down to it on a simple tip of sin is equal, then sin is equal. Then you need to act equal, not be a hypocrite, especially if you claim to be a man of God. That's another like a controversial tip. Where you guys on that?
It's not even my bad, Moses.
You guys are cracking up.
No,
What were you
you're good,
cracking
you're
up
good,
at? You
you're
guys are
good.
cracking up at something I said.
I don't remember, but I'm gonna look back on the footage and I'm gonna laugh again. But oh, you said that the nigga was complaining about a Red Bull and he's over here 300 pounds.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, bro. I've known this shit like
nah, but it's funny, bro. In church, recently there was a sermon, and I don't remember what the verses were, but essentially what the verse says is that if you were to do, like, let's say there's 10 things you could do wrong, and you don't do, you do 9 of them, or excuse me, how do I say this? You don't break 9 of these things that you're not supposed to break, but you break one, well, you broke them all. That's the way that it goes. If you're a guy who says to yourself, like, oh no, I don't cuss at all, but I will sleep with somebody else's wife, I will do this, well, then you're a cusser. You cuss too.
Yeah.
If you're a guy who won't sleep with somebody else's wife, but you cuss, well, then you're just as bad as the guy who will sleep with somebody's wife.
Yeah. A sin is a sin.
Yeah, a sin is a sin. But the Bible says that when you're guilty of one, you're guilty of them all. And that is the essence of Jesus Christ. Because since we are all guilty of them all, right? Like, you've seen the things that I've corrected in my life, but I still cuss from time to time.
Right.
I still make that mistake.
Bro, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody.
So the understanding is that I can't get by without Jesus.
Exactly.
That's the
Same.
person who died on the cross for our sins, for you to be forgiven. And if you don't want to be close with Jesus, then you're not forgiven. And when that judgment comes and you're like, I'm sorry, but it's like you were never acknowledging Jesus, well, then your sins were not washed away. Because they're not washed away unless you're acknowledging that, yes, Jesus washed my sins away.
Right.
So, yeah, like, I think that there's something I want to talk about on the next episode or in the future is the fruit of the Spirit. I think that's the essence of what Christianity is. And it's something that we don't hear too much people talking about, because when you look at the Pharisees in the Bible, these are people who technically they were abiding by the law. They weren't cussing. They weren't being gluttonous. They weren't doing all these things. They were picture perfect based off of what it says. However, it's two sides. It's not just the law side. It's also the spiritual side, the heart side. So it's not just, can I not cheat on my wife? Can I not cuss? Can I not murder? Can I not lie? Can I not do those things? It's also, can I love?
Right.
And if you don't have that, if you don't have the love, if you don't have the patience, if you don't have the empathy, the joy, and all of those things, well, then you're doing it wrong. So it's a combination, and it's a everyday acknowledgement of getting better.
Right.
And they use what I've noticed too for people, because I've had conversations with people, and they're like, well, I can't be Christ. They know what they're doing is wrong, but their excuse to it is, well, I'm not Christ, so I'm human. Like, bro, that's the worst excuse anybody could bring up in life. Like, if you know you're in sin, you're doing something that's wrong, go repent to Christ about it. Don't use it as an excuse to me, to anybody else. I think that's just it's a very dumb excuse to ever have. Like, you're human, you're gonna mess up regardless, bro. No one's holding that against you, but you don't have to put it in a way like it's a law. Like, I'm not Christ, so I have to. Like, no, you don't, bro. You don't have to do whatever you're doing, which is wrong. You can, first of all, always repent and ask God for forgiveness. Secondly, you don't have to go around making that into your excuse of the day.
Yeah.
Just another thing. This culture, this religion topic can go on for hours.
It could.
I
It
love
could go on for
talking about God.
days.
I'm good for the day, man. I feel like we got enough in. I don't want to take up too much more time here. So
hold
you
on.
got
though.
some?
We forgot. A song of the day keeps the doctor away. Or wait, actually, do we want the doctor to? No, we don't want the doctor to come. So a song of the day keeps the doctor away. So song of the day, brethren.
I got to think of one real quick. You got one?
Damn.
I've been, because I knew, he was gonna come out of nowhere with that stuff, asking these questions. I'm gonna say "The Book of Soul" by Ab-Soul. Have you guys heard that song?
No.
I probably have. I used to listen to Ab-Soul back in the day.
Hands down,
Yeah.
probably like the saddest rap song that's ever made. Super deep, yes, bro.
I'm about to listen to it on the way back home.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Okay.
Mess up the rest of your day. Why not?
You know what? I'll do this one because I've been on this one for a minute. Gorgeous by Pac Div.
Okay.
Pac Div goes hard. Do you know who Pac Div is?
Pac Div?
Yeah, listen to him, bro.
I haven't. I'm gonna have to listen to that song again. I haven't. Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's dope. I just had that song on repeat for the past week. That's why. But
Is that a new song or is it old?
no, it's an older one.
Okay.
I think they came back like,
Because are they still doing it or no?
I don't think they are, bro.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't heard anything new, but that song I remember listening to in high school.
Okay.
Now this is a low key song, "Got To" by Birdman and Lil Wayne, and you can only find it on YouTube, and you have to write it in a specific way.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It's in Armenian. You have to write it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to switch your text to Armenian.
Another funny thing. If you ask Armenians what nationality was Christ, was he Jew? He was Armenian, bro? What do you mean, man? Not a number one Armenian, my friend. But "Got To" by Birdman and Lil Wayne, banger song. Have you heard of that?
I'm
With the
pretty
girl
sure I
in the
have.
background?
I'm pretty sure I have, bro. I've heard like almost every Lil Wayne song that came out. He was running things when we was in
Yeah,
high school,
oh.
bro. So
What's that one song? "I Keep Running" by Birdman and Lil Wayne.
which
I'ma
one?
keep on running, then running out of nothing. Something like that.
All
That's
I
how,
know
like,
is
the
I've been
melody
listening
goes.
to "Stunning Like My Daddy" and
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Neighborhood Superstars.
yeah. So
That album is a banger. They were a good duo, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as cinema goes, have you guys watched The Penguin yet?
Bro, I want to watch it.
Bro,
dog.
it is so.
I've
dope.
only caught like part of the first episode. I
You
gotta
guys-
get into
you
it.
guys got-
Soprano vibes.
Bro. Well, he definitely got his how do you say it?
Inspiration.
Inspiration from Tony Soprano for sure.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, bro, he kills it. Colin Farrell is great. But look, so I'm gonna bring this up real quick, and we'll talk about it real quick. Have you guys seen the Batman, the newest one?
Right.
Right. Okay. So listen to this. John Turturro declined to reprise his role as Carmine Falcone in The Penguin due to concerns about the show's violence towards women. So I'm gonna say this real quick. That actor, right? You guys remember Carmine Falcone in the Batman? The
Mhm.
actor? He's also so in that movie, they show him strangling like a woman. But he didn't want to reprise his role because of the violence towards women.
Is he saying like
show.
maybe I'll be like devil's advocate? Maybe he didn't want to do that again. I guess I don't know.
What is it? But I don't get it. What's the violence?
Here's the point. And in the show, by the way, one of the lead characters, the woman, does so much violence to men.
That's true though. Yeah,
So that's what-
Batman's over here beating people to death. I'm Batman. Ugh.
The guy just stole a Snicker bar. I don't give a shit. Where's Rachel?
Where is she?
Come save me.
The point is, bro, at the end of the day, this is why cinema is dying, because cinema is art.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
like you got to use real life situations. I'm sorry, but he is the problem when it comes to cinema.
He's
dying.
definitely a problem only because of what you just pointed out, the hypocrisy in it.
Yeah.
I understand if you got morals and beliefs, but you can't be a hypocrite with it. Like, leave because there's too much violence. Don't be like there's too much violence towards women.
And it
like,
needs to be violence in the actual production, not violence in the actual film or TV show.
right.
Straight
It's
up.
like, man, that's why we're not getting good shows and good movies anymore.
Like, it's
There's very little amount. But
It's
it's
a-
okay because me and Javon are about to take over, and we're
straight
about
up.
to
Say
make the
that.
best films, the best TV shows.
And I'm gonna
We
be an
ain't
Armenian
sugarcoating
mafia
nothing.
character in their
Yeah,
movies.
we already mapped it
Yeah.
out. Tell them how you say Mercedes. Say it.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
Somebody turn on computer. That's another one right
But
there.
there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you know, art needs to live. Don't destroy it by sugarcoating stuff.
There you go.
Straight up. Too much sensitivity. But
Yeah.
since we made the Batman joke, honestly, hey, that's hilarious, right? Like, imagine in Gotham, like some little kid, bro, he pulls up, like in this. So I'm still like, I'm gonna finesse the Snickers.
And here comes fucking
And
Batman,
then
just lays them out.
He's like, and you know what's hilarious, bro? Batman's like, I'll never kill, but you make them into vegetables, bro. What's the point? They're out there for the rest of
Nah,
their life.
there's
You're
a-
making them
This-
suffer more.
That's what I'm saying. dog.
There's a page. I wish I knew what this dude's name was off the top of my head. I always go looking for him, but he isn't like he dresses up like Batman all the time. He does skits like this all the time, where it'll be like somebody like they litter on the floor, and then it'll be like,
I've
hey,
seen it on
yeah,
IG.
yeah,
and then he's like stomping them out, dropping his legs.
The grandma, bro, and the grandma, she
Oh,
pulls
yeah.
him to the handicap spot. or
Yeah,
something, but
yeah,
he's-
yeah.
She's on the double line, and he's like, "Oh, you have a handicap? I'm sorry, ma'am." And he sees the double line, and he's like, "You sick bastard."
yeah,
no, Batman's number one superhero character for me because he's all black.
he's up there.
Come
Yeah,
on,
of course.
Batman would have been Armenian if he wasn't Bruce Wayne.
you guys used to watch the shows, the like old school shows,
All
like
of
Batman.
Like the
Oh,
cartoons and
yeah,
stuff.
the cartoon.
Oh
ones.
yeah, as a kid,
Remember,
of course.
the moment Superman comes in and steals Batman's girl?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
And he's like listening to you with the goggles, like
Oh,
binoculars.
man, yep.
But what is this? I never knew this. I can't believe Superman would do Batman like that, bro.
Nah,
I'm gonna
man.
show you.
I hate Superman, bro.
I don't
It's
like
Team
him either,
Batman
bro.
all day.
Yeah, Batman.
Straight up, bro.
Mhm.
And on that note, we're gonna Superman about this whole,
Straight up.
Mhm.
and that's Boss Talk.
That's boss talk.
Boss talk.